Steve is here. He's just updating himself on the other scores from around the Premier League today. What about this one here, Steve? 1-1 draw, stops the rot of defeats. Much improved on Wednesday night, at least.
Well, it was not going to take much to improve on Wednesday, and don't think that we'll forget about that. You know, we won't let it dwell, of course, but we won't forget about Wednesday night. I'm happy to mention that more than anything else. Okay, if you just look at a game in isolation, you know, it's a positive away performance. It's a point that can end up being really valuable away from home. We score, obviously, and then create two really good chances with Cheku and Harry, and some other moments as well. Balls flying around the box. Matt hasn't had a great deal to do, I don't think, but what has is fine. The throw-in decision before their goal is just beggars belief, to be honest, how they commit such a human error or something. So I get it if there is a bit of a coming together and it could go either way, but to give that one to against us when it was, you know, it wasn't even a decision to be made is really, really frustrating. But so in isolation and then there's obviously the context of us, like you said, of us being on the back of some defeats, especially the one against Fulham, and you know, it was about dealing with it in two ways. It was like either sulking after Fulham, trying to hide away, and dare I say it, a repeat performance, or it was standing up, being counted, and making sure that we put it right a little bit. And I feel like we did that. You know, you saw the togetherness of the group, the connection with the supporters were incredible, and like I said, if it was just you know, if it was just a normal situation in terms of the results before, you'd go, okay, more than a satisfied performance and result, and move on to the next one. But if you add the Fulham into that, you know, guys showed great character. I'm really proud of them.
Lots of changes, 7 changes. I mean, I guess as a result of what you saw on Wednesday night, things needed to change.
Yes, but also three game week. The Felipe situation, obviously, it's, you know, you can't go from the schedule that he's had over the last few months to playing 3 games in a week. As much as it's brilliant that he's back for us and, you know, got on today and had a couple of important moments, and you look at what you want from the game and the opponent and things like that, and you try and it's too many changes. It's not something that I particularly enjoy and would like it to be that way, but we're trying to find something that we can get, that we can cling on to and build momentum like we had to do a couple of times last year, and that's the challenge of me. Do I want to be making all them changes week in, week out? Absolutely not. I'd love to have a settled team and a you know, 1 or 2 changes and all that sort of stuff, you know, but we're trying to get that, and there will be some challenge out there of the changes and all that, and I understand that, but I'm only doing it trying to become a settled team, and hopefully, you know, in the near future we can become that.
Well, going back to last year, after the horrible night at Leicester, you started with a draw in your next game, and it can be a start point. Yeah,
there is some like comparisons, isn't there, all the time that we can talk about, but you know, it's a different group again this year, and we're trying to make progress on last season, which is obviously, you know, okay, staying in the league, but more than that. So we will commit to that. See you, John. See you, mate. Sorry, mate. But that's the that will be the aim, whatever the question was.
You don't like elephants in rooms, so let's get it out of the way, shall we? A lot of pressure on you. A lot of people saying you need a win today. You've not got a win, but you've got a performance. Do you think it's going to be enough?
Doesn't even cross my mind, you know. Honestly, it doesn't, you know. And the only thing that's been in my mind since Fulham was how we get it out in the open about what went on, and we had a very strong meeting on Thursday. Players did most of the talking, which I think is a good sign of ownership and responsibility, although, you know, we're all level, and you know my feelings on my role within that as well. And then it's all on Fulham, and nothing else enters my mind, because I don't know if there was talk about one game and all that sort of stuff. Imagine me saying to a player, got one game to play again this season. It's not a mentality that I would or strategy I would give anybody that I'm responsible for. So I think I'm going to give it to myself. For me, it was work hard, hurt after Fulham, and continue to believe in what you do. I'm more I'm more assured about our work now than I've ever been, because I know what I think it takes for us to be at our best, and that's everything to be aligned. And I'm not going to go into it because it could take forever, but I'm more reassured about our work and what we can achieve. So for me, that's the only thing on my mind.
Let's go back to today's game if we can. I wanted to.
Well, you come away from it.
I did, yeah. I wanted to single out Nico Williams because I mean he was outstanding, wasn't he? On a good day, generally performance-wise, but to come back in and play the way he did.
Yeah, he deserved the opportunity. I cannot speak highly of Nico and his attitude and how he's conducted himself in the last couple of months, which is a private conversation that I've had with him recently, a couple of weeks ago actually, about some certain things. He is a fantastic young boy. He's a good young player that has, like, overall he's obviously a good player when he came in, and he's improved at so many things that we've been developing with him. And you know, fortunately for us, the Wales games have been really important. I know he goes to play for Wales to do well for Wales, of course, but that's actually benefited us. You saw his fitness levels today, and yeah, I'm proud of Nico today, but I'm probably more proud of the person that he is, and his commitment to, because he doesn't accept not playing and he doesn't like it, whatever, but deal with it. He sets a brilliant example.
Exactly, because if you're out of the team, that's exactly what you do when you get in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, with the crosses and the defending and the commitment, and yeah, you know, it's he should be pleased with himself. But I also want him to review as he does and look at his stuff. And you know, he's so committed to his learning, and he's so committed to wanting to go through the clips with Alan Tate on the defending and some stuff. And there's a real desire to improve some certain parts of his game, which he has done, and he showed it today, which is, you know, the detail that we're going to with these boys. But whatever he does in his career will be on the character that he is, and that's a brilliant one.
We all know you've got a special relationship with the fans.
Yeah.
They were singing your name for 90 minutes today and right to the end as well, and it looked a special moment between you and those away fans today towards the end.
It's a everyday special at this football club. Very grateful, gratitude. The support they give the team as well. We're right behind. I mean, we've dominated. The fans have dominated an away ground today, which we know we've done before. And because of the way it is, sort of right along, I don't know if that's easier or harder. You know, sometimes maybe if you get an area, it can produce more noise. I don't know what I'm talking about here, but it's unwavering, the support for the club, and we owed them at least a performance and some sort of result today. I'm so glad we gave them some. Well, all of them would have spent so much money on supporting their team, and I know they do it out of love and want, but I know there's other things that go on in people's life as well that will be really, really important. So for us to show the togetherness, the commitment on the pitch, and the playing for them, because we were, is something that they deserve, and it's something that over the last couple of years has made us improve, and I just want us to continue to stay strong together, to keep the bonds. We're on a global stage in the Premier League, and they represent not just the club but the city so well, don't they? You know, and we're a worldwide club anyway, but we're watched worldwide now in this league, and you know it will definitely get spoke about, the atmosphere. And I don't mean for me, I'm so grateful to it, but I mean in general how the atmosphere, the City Ground next Friday, yeah, the City Ground next Friday.
Yeah. You're ready for that?
I'll be, yeah.